Hi everybody, it's Linda and I'm so excited to be back to share my Romantique mini with you. It's a huge mini actually. It's 7 by 7.5 inches, the chipboard covers, and my pages are 6.5 inches, and the spine of my album is wide 5.5 inches, and as you can see, it's really bulky, but that's thanks to my gorgeous new I Am Roses flowers that I use throughout the entire album. I just love those roses. They're every bit as beautiful as they look on everybody's hauls. And so thank you everybody for sharing, and I'm really happy I got them. As you can see, I've used quite a few here on my cover. I've also used a huge prima flower that I've altered heavily, so it's almost unrecognizable. The pearl center and the flower were cream colored, and it's still got hints of cream left in it, but I have colored it with my Lindy's, which I also recently got, and I'm really excited about it. They are really super duper sprays, and I love them. I've ordered some more even. And these here are just pieces of pearl trim that I added for just to, lighten it up a bit. I have used Lindy's on this I Am Roses Cherry Blossom. These are I Am Roses crocheted flowers. I've got one here, and one here, and one over there. And these are the R77 gorgeous roses. Oh my God, you won't believe them if you don't have them. Get them. They are absolutely fabulous. R77s. This is a gardenia, and this is one of the heart-shaped petal little roses. These are just mulberry leaves, and all my mulberry leaves in this album has been painted and distressed with paint dabbers and distress inks, and I've inked the edges and everything. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. Let's see if I can show you my stick pin. That's the really pretty lotus bead that I've just inked a bit, and these are pearls, and yeah, I've made that stick pin to match. And this is, sorry about my fingers, they're horrible, but it's all the distress inks that I've made, and I don't use gloves, and it's really hard to get off, but you all know that. These are just some metal flowers with pearl centers. The centers are brads, and I've got another one over here. As you can see, I've used a Romantique paper stack, and most of the papers in this album is from that stack. I've used a 6x6, and this is the entire sheet here, so you can see my album is a bit wider. I've used some pearl trim around the edge here. This paper was distress inked, and this around here is all Japanese masking tape. I have colored lace trim here using my Lindy's and some distress inks. This cameo, I think I got it off eBay. It's really beautiful blue, and I went around the edges with some embossing powder, so it's heat embossed. And this stamp here is a prima stamp. It was embossed. I cut it out, and I colored the paper using distress inks, and I went around the edges with vintage photo. Every page in this album has been edged with the vintage photo. All my tags have been edged, everything. I've been around so much stuff, paper stuff here with the vintage distress inks that, wow, this took a lot of time, I'll tell you. And yeah, let's have a look at my spine here, or not my spine, but the spine of the album. And it's got some layers of lace, and the paper in the back here was just colored with distress inks, and this was colored using my Lindy's. and these are just some pearl trim that I cut up and glued down. I'll see if I can show you the back of my album later. And here's my first page. I've used some lace here that I dyed with my new Lindy's Glimmer Mists, and I also used distress inks, which you can clearly see from my fingers. And the tags I made were manila tags that I altered using vintage photo around the edges. I used faded jeans, worn lipstick, shabby shutter, distress inks to color my tags. And I used a doily stamp and a definition stamp. It says hope. And I heat embossed this part here and raised it up on pop dots, and I used cameos on all my manila tags. I got my cameos off Etsy and eBay, and behind this cameo there is actually a little metal frame, and this tag is held in place by some acetate, just a small strip of it, which means you can just glue down a photo here if you wanna, or put some more tags in. And this lace actually forms a pocket, so if I would rather keep my tags this way, I can. And over to the next page. Here you see another one of my manila tags, stamped and inked, and it's a smaller size. Here you can see in comparison to the big one. And I also printed out a lot of vintage postcards to use as tags and photo mats in this album. I stamped a postcard stamp from Prima on the back. This was Glimmer Misted as a place for journaling and photos, and these I Am Roses are almost unrecognizable because I've distressed the heck out of them and used distress inks, glimmer mists, stickles, paint, all kinds of stuff. And these are one of my homemade dragonflies, and you can see there is a lace behind here and a stick pin that I made. This is an acetate pocket. There is a lot of acetate pockets in this album because I love the papers and I didn't want to cover them completely. So this is a pull out like the ones that Kathy Orda did. And so this first, it opens up like this, and here's the page of the album. So if you pull it out like that, what you see here is another of my manila tags, and there's a corner pocket and a small cutout from the paper. The same image is behind the acetate, but I just wanted the image to show no matter what I put inside that pocket. So that's it there, and the pull out is like this. Another one of the vintage postcards stamped behind, and this is just from the paper and embossed up here. This was embossed, it's a stamp and it says special day, and the pocket was just made from the paper. And here you see some metal butterflies, some prima pearls. This is stamped and embossed and colored with distress inks. And this pulls out, and you can see that this was heat embossed behind the acetate pocket. So that's the pull out. And there's the back of the pull out. It's very simple, just a place for a photo and some embossing.